Okay, hi everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we are going to be discussing inventory. As I've been in business for a pretty long time, and I know a lot of you have as well, one of the things in any business is inventory. And it's very, very important to always have a good snapshot of what your business is doing. I look at my business every single day like a maniac, but that's me. But on the 23rd of every month at Nerium, they ship all of the ADOs, which is all of the auto deliveries of your customers and all of the auto deliveries of your brand partners. And all of that volume gets dropped into your accounts on the 23rd. And so that was yesterday. So today, because we get together, today we're doing it on Monday. So here's kind of what I do. I'm sharing with you I'm going to share with you a business, my daughter's business, which I'm going to kind of give you kind of a diagram on how I share how I do inventory. So the first thing I do with inventory is I look at my own business. It's the very first thing I do. So I have usually a piece of paper and a pen, and it's a blank piece of paper, a pen, and I put a circle at the top, which is me, and it starts my inventory of what I'm about to do today, tomorrow, the next day. And the first thing that I start with is my customers. So the first thing I start with is myself. So first thing I ask myself is my ADO current. One of the ways that you can find that out is by looking at your sponsor tree. You can make sure that you are active. And I'm just kind of giving you an overview in the back office to kind of look at how I do it. But I'm looking at my daughter, and let's say that's me, and I'm looking at my order history. And in my order history, it's going to tell me on 10/23, I got a delivery of 110, October 23rd. So my auto delivery, and in terms of if I was Alex, is current, okay? So that's very important to make sure that I'm current. And then the next thing I do is I look at my business in terms of where am I in my business. So if I'm still a brand partner, which Alex is a brand partner, and I've usually always a director, why am I a brand partner? So I look at myself to find out why I am a brand partner. So the best way to do that is to look at my business driver first and my business overview, but my business drivers, and I can look at where my business is at in terms of my volumes, and also if I've sponsored anybody, and also basically where I'm at. And then I go back to business overview, and I go down, and it says to me, next rank qualifications. So I go into where it says view rank requirements. And in my view rank requirements, it shows me that I have the volume over here to be a senior brand partner, but I only have one active personally sponsored brand partner. And in Nerium, for me to be fully active, I need one personally sponsored brand partner in each leg. And all they have to do is be active with an ADO. And that's very important for you to understand, that your personals do not have to be senior brand partners or whatever. They just need to be active, at least one personally sponsored active brand partner. So in order for Alex to become a senior brand partner, I have to find out the two other personals, if she has two other personals, and find out why they're not active on their ADO, or I have to sponsor, or she has to sponsor new people. And one of the things in inventory that's super important in every business is it's not even business. It's in school. It's in, all education is about new people. It's in every single walk of life that we do on a daily basis. If you are working for somebody, you know that no matter what, they need new business. No matter what, they're always looking for new business. They're looking for people to become part of their business. Whatever it is, it's always about new people. And Nerium is no different. It's a real business. So in inventory, you're always looking to build not only your customer base, but you're also looking to build your brand partner base. So when I'm looking at myself first in inventory, I notice that I need to figure out who my personally sponsored are and to get them active. So actually I look at my list again of my white paper, and I literally write down, need personally 2 active brand partners equals senior brand partner for me. Now, what's really interesting about the senior brand partner is that if you have 3 brand partners and they are active, but you don't have the volume, the best way that you can get to senior brand partner is through your customer base. So if you had 1 personally sponsored brand partner in each of your legs, and they had their active ADO and their ADO was at 100, and they ended up getting 3 personally sponsored customers at $100, let's say, that would total, they would have 400 in volume, and each of their brand partners would have about approximately 400 in volume, which in a total amount, you need 1,500 down here where it says required, 1,500 for senior brand partners. So when we want to establish inventory in our business, we want to establish foundation. And foundation is building strong. It's not about building fast necessarily. It's going slow to go fast. And going slow to go fast means we build foundationally. So when we look at inventory, we're not only looking at ourselves and how we can build growth to the next level, but how we can build growth in our people to the next level. And you can do that very easily if you are laser focused on the people that have an interest in growing and have an interest in wanting you to help them grow. And it's very, very simple to do that. So it starts with you. You want to make sure you're always 3 or free. You want to make sure that you're active on inventory day. If you're not, you've got about 8 or 9 days left in the month to do that. And that's why inventory day is so incredibly important, because that's the day where we actually look at our business and we look at what we need to do to grow to the end of the month. It's a regular profit and loss, just like every other business. So you know now what you need to do personally. Once you've figured out what you need to do personally, that's when you go into your sponsor tree. And what you're looking for is, you're not just looking for your own personally sponsored, you're looking for other people in your organization that have a desire to grow and want to do the same thing. So when you look over here and you look at the brand partners, you want to make sure personally that all your brand partners have an ADO or are active. And if they're not active, you want to simply give them a call and basically say, I was looking at my business today. I noticed that you weren't active. I don't know if you have an interest in continuing to get your auto delivery, but if you do, I'd love to help you get it for free. One of the things that is really, really important in this particular business model is that in order to be in business with Nerium, you are only required to have your own personal ADO to get paid. And one of the best ways to guarantee that your people have their own personal ADO to get paid is to help them get 3 or free qualified. I mean, that should be one of the most important things. That creates foundation. Because if people are getting their auto delivery free, they're also getting a little bit of residual income, and that actually pays for their Nerium Edge. Your Nerium Edge is your entire business in basically your computer. It's your contact management. It's all the videos. It's the reason why you can do business on the go. So in order for you to have a completely debt-free, business-free, money-free business, which is, by the way, nobody has that. in business, but Nurium gives you the opportunity to have that in a very simple way. So if we help our brand partners to get 3 or free qualified at least, we build a foundation in them that is, you know what, I'm getting my product for free every month. That's awesome. And now I can go out and maybe help some other people do what they want to do. Okay. So that's the first thing. Once we have helped people become 3 or free qualified, you'll notice that your volumes on the 23rd are substantially higher and your foundation is better for you to grow yourself. So if you're helping a whole bunch of people do the right activities, you're taken care of. You don't even need to worry about yourself. Another really great way to help build foundation in your customers on inventory day is by contacting your customers, letting them know that you are very, very grateful for their loyalty and support, and that you were looking at their orders and you notice that, you know, you can look at them and you can say, hey, I noticed that you get EHT every month and I'm super excited. I hope you're enjoying how you feel. We just got a new product in and I've got some samples and I wanted to let you know that I'm mailing you out some samples, or you'd love to get together for coffee and give you some samples, whatever it is, so that you connect to your customers. Once you connect to your customers, it's a great way to segue into, I know you love EHT and I know that you're having great results, and I would love to help you turn this on to some of your friends and maybe get your product for free so that you can try some of our other products. And, you know, just so you know, and I know you do know that I do this as a business, obviously, behind these beautiful, beautiful products, we have a beautiful, amazing business opportunity. And so you're planting seeds in your customers to not only go and become customer getters, but to kind of think about who might have an interest in doing this business. And the way you follow through with your customers, the way you behave with your customers is exactly the way your people will behave with theirs. So it's a follow the leader. So that's the foundation of how you're growing a very, very solid organization. Customers and customer getters and brand partners to do the same thing. So once you've established that your business is solid and that you have wherever you want your growth is, you then go down line by line and you identify the people in your organization that have a desire to go to the next growth in the company. Not everybody does, and that's okay. Not everybody wants to be a senior brand partner or a director or go on and on and on. That's okay. If they just want to get their product for free, that's okay. You need everything in your business. There isn't anything that you don't need. Every bottle counts, every customer counts, every brand partner being active counts in your business. That's your foundation. But what you want to do at the end of the month right now on inventory day is you want to find the people that do have a desire to go to the next growth level. And that's where your whiteboard or your white sheet of paper comes in handy. So I go back to looking at my business in a way of literally going line by line. And I know that they took this away from us because they're trying to improve it, but I still have the link on how to get there. So I'm going to kind of show you how I look at it. So I look at line by line. So I put people in order of line by line, and I kind of go over here at the group qualifying volume. I look at the ADO section. Sometimes people have money in their personal qualifying volume here, and you can't understand why they're not active. Well, the reason why they're not active is because they probably have personal customers, but they haven't activated their own personal bottle. So that's another thing in inventory that you have to be aware of. Sometimes people don't even know that their bottle didn't ship because maybe their credit card didn't work, whatever it is. So don't get deceived by the fact that you see that they have personal qualifying volume, but they don't have their own personal volumes, personal bottles, so they're not active, okay? That's something that's very important to look at. And as you go down the list, you can kind of see, I usually put people in order of their volumes to see where they're at and see kind of how solid they are. So when you look at different people, if I looked at my friend Dora and I noticed here that, you know, she's a brand partner, she's got a lot of people in our organization, but the next person down here is also a brand partner. And I go down and I look at their organizations to see how I can help them and how I can help them to go to the next level if they have a desire. And I think it's really important, you guys, to really understand desire, okay? Because we meet people where they're at. We don't meet people where we're at. We go with where they're at. And obviously, if we're looking at our business every day, we have a good indication on who wants to do this. And that's why I recommend that if you're on this Zoom, you know, a couple times a week, or if you're on the Zoom every day, that you take this information and you create your own focus group. My focus group started with 3 people. Today, there's 22 people on this line. You all have the opportunity to do this yourself and take the information that you're learning. And that's what I do. That's what I do. I pull from all of the things that I am focused on learning about, the reading that I'm doing, the places that I show up, and I utilize that for you guys so that I can share it with you and you can do the same thing. And so on inventory day, I know that there's a couple people in my daughter's leg that definitely wants to do something. I don't need 100 people in her leg. I just need a few people that want to do a little bit. And that's the entire key to this business, is a lot of people, as you build your book of business over time, that you have a lot of people eventually doing a little bit, getting a bottle, helping to get them 3 or 3 qualified, helping to do the same for their people. And if they have one brand partner, and we know that we have 8 or 9 days left in the month, and we know that they have a desire to become a senior brand partner, then we're going to coach them and help them to have some parties, because we know that parties are 100%. Parties are 100% in taking people to the next level of growth. Parties are 100% to taking people to the next exposure. And so no matter what, the word party, if you can kind of know that that means an event, that means a sit down, that means an exposure of, you know, the product of getting information out there. We've got 9 days, 8 or 9 days till the end of the month for us to put in a lot of activity when we can, because we all have other stuff going on. This is our side business. We're building our fortune. But if you can take these last 2 weeks or these last 9 days and really inventory your business, you can kind of get a blueprint of where you need to be yourself. And not only that, but help somebody else who has the desire to do the same thing. If you have 3 people in your organization, and they do not need to be your personally sponsored, but if you have 3 people in your organization that have a desire to grow with you in the last 8 or 9 days, then what I would recommend is you call those people. You tell them that you want to get on a Zoom with them, or you want to, you know, talk with them face to face if they're close to you. And you literally take a piece of paper and you map it out. You map it out visually so that, let's say this is me and I have 2 brand partners. And so I've got, let's say, Lori, and I've got Stacy, and I've got a blank circle. And I say to you, you're my sponsor. And I say, you know what? I really want to become a senior brand partner. And right now I have, you know, 1,000 in volume. My 2 other brand partners are active. I'm active. I have $1,000 in volume, and I just need 500 in volume to get to 1,500 to get to senior brand partner. Well, what are we going to do to help her get a brand partner? There's lots of things we can do, especially towards the end of the month. You can help her to have some parties and events. You can offer some, if a person is sort of on the fence, you can offer up some free product to go along with their kit when they get started. You can help them to get started with some magazines and some marketing material. There's a lot of incentives you can help people get started in their business, especially at the end of the month. And if they have a desire and they have a skin in the game and they want to get started in your business. But really and truthfully, in an inventory day, if you go line by line, you're going to be able to find people that need just 1 customer. Oh my gosh, you need 1 customer to become 3 or free for next month. Let me help you. Let me help you. Let's get your list out of people that have a desire. I did a Facebook post the other day, and they don't always work for me, but I did a bunch of before and after pictures of the eye serum, and I said, there is no good reason why you shouldn't try this product. Look at these results. I have a bunch of samples. Let me know if you want any. And I got a customer last night for the night and the eye serum, and today I'm dropping off a product of samples for this girl that I play tennis with, and she says it's for her husband, which I thought was so funny. but you know, I just simply showed pictures. And so to help me you know, get customers and get new people into my business, I'm doing whatever I can to show people what I've got. I'm not talking my way into it. I'm just showing people what's going on. And my posture is that, you know what, I wanted some new customers. I wanted people to be trying my product, and I don't have any product anymore in my house. I got a bunch of product in about 4 days ago, and now it's all gone. It's out. So if you have product, that's another way of doing inventory. If you've got product sitting in your house, inventory your list of new people, of Class A prospects, and look at the people around you that might have an interest in trying your product. And you can even call them on the phone and say, you know what, I've had you on my mind. I've got some product here that's dying for somebody's face. Would you be open to trying my product? And you know, this is a way for you to create Class A prospects again and help to get foundational. And this is also a way for you to help your people do the same thing. Sometimes people I was just on a call this morning at 6 a.m. and one of the ladies said to me, she goes, well, I have a real issue with calling my customers to follow up to see how they're doing, because I'm afraid they're going to want to cancel. And I said, you know, and she goes, I know that's weird. And I go, no, actually, that's not weird. That's actually very normal. Most people don't want to follow up with their customers to see, because they don't want to see if they're going to cancel. But how about if we flip it? And if we don't want to call them necessarily, how about if we send them a beautiful thank you note, thanking them for their loyalty, and putting a couple of eye serum packets in there and saying, we just got this new amazing product. I thought of you. You've been such a great customer. I wanted you to be one of the first people to try it. I'm going to call you in a couple of days to see how you love your results. So now what you've done is you've written a beautiful note to somebody, and you've set up the follow-up, so you don't have to feel weird about calling that person because they know you're going to be calling, but then you need to call and follow up. And that's a way to help not only yourself foundationally, but to help people on your team do those simple activities to maybe help that customer. And I will tell you this, most of us are busy. Most of us don't think about it. And most of us, I don't get handwritten notes anymore in my mail. Very rarely does anyone write me a handwritten note. I think it'd be awesome to get a handwritten note from somebody. I send them out all the time just because I know it's very rare that people get mail. And I think people like to get mail once in a while. I think that, you know, a nice thank you note or something is good. So when you're doing inventory, you have the opportunity to look at your business and look at your customers that maybe you just got a bunch of customers and maybe they're all brand new, but at least you know what they're ordering. And maybe next month when you get some of your free product, you can sample it out to them. You can highlight it out to them by just simply saying, you know, I wanted, you know, one of our brand partners who has just a tremendous amount of customers, she does nails. Her name is Debbie. Some of you have heard her before. She, last Christmas, which I absolutely loved, had a bunch of product, and she did inventory on her team. And she literally took that free product and she wrapped them up as Christmas gifts and got those free products out to all her loyal customers who got to try other products that they would not normally have gotten. I think that's a brilliant idea, and that's very foundational. That makes your clients feel good. Your customers feel good. You're thinking of them. So again, don't mistake this business for, you know, brand partner. We want to build a book of business, and building your book of business is you definitely want brand partners. You want a lot of them. You want to always be bringing people into your business, but you also want a very strong customer base. The customer base is what's going to drive your growth. And the more that you stay close with your customer base and help your people to do the same thing, your foundation of your volumes are going to continually go up. It's when we lose sight of our customers and we take them for granted that we start seeing, oh, you know, that customer dropped off, or that customer, I haven't talked to that customer in 6 months and they're no longer, you know, getting the bottle. It's not because they don't want to get the bottle. They're just not feeling the love. You know, it's like anything else. They're going in department stores, they're going into other people, they're talking to other people, and people talk. They go, oh yeah, I got the next best thing over here. So if you're loyal to your customer, they're going to be loyal to you. So don't ever feel like you're bothering your customers by checking in, because I think that's a misconception. I think everybody loves customer service, you know, and inventory is also, you know, looking at all of the ways that you can build up your business and build your customer and your brand partner base. So when you have these ideas that you're doing, bring your team. It doesn't matter if you have one person or 3 people, but come together and strategize on how you can make something happen at the end of the month. This is the time, these last 9 days, where it's a whole bunch of fun to make something happen. And when you do make something happen, it's incredibly exciting to know that you were part of helping somebody achieve a little bit of growth in their business, okay? So look at your business today. Look at the fact that maybe someone is 1 away from their 3 or free. Maybe one, did I say that right? 3 or free. Maybe somebody is 1 away from a brand partner to become senior brand partner. Maybe somebody just needs to turn on their ADO and they go right to director. That happens all the time. When you're looking at your business and you go, wow, that person looks like they have a lot of volume and they're still a brand partner. I wonder if I can help them re-rank up. I wonder what's wrong. Sometimes it's just turning on a bottle for somebody. That's literally the case. So inventory, you guys, is one of the most important things in any business, not just Miriam. And looking at your business is vital to your growth. So I really encourage you guys to get out a white piece of paper, go down your list, go down your customers, and really inventory what your business looks like. And then the greatest thing happens. You look at your business and you decide what you'd like your business to look like. So you have where your business is, and you have where you want your business to go. And that's critical in inventory. That gives you an idea of everything that you would like to see happen. And you can actually put that on your white piece of paper. You can say, oh my gosh, I have 3 Class A prospects. What would it look like for me if all 3 of those Class A prospects were to become brand partners this month, in the next 8 days? What do I need to do with those 3 Class A prospects to help them make a decision on the business or on the product? What do I need to do? Would it be great to maybe have a little get together? Would it be great to maybe have a little sit down with them, meet them for coffee? How about sending them a little sample in the mail, a little note? What would it look like? So you guys, there's many, many ideas that I'm sure you guys have that I haven't mentioned here, but I'm going to open it up really quick. I went a little bit long today because I really do feel like inventory is the most important thing in our business, besides you know, building our book of business with customers and brand partners. Also, the other thing I want to mention before I open it up is I'm going to be sending in the trackers to Epic so that we can get you guys in the promotion there. They're going to be giving away a big giant TV. And I'd rather you email them to me if you can, so that I can bulk them all into the email that I'm going to be sending out. So if you sent me some trackers from a couple weeks ago, you know, send them to me in an email, because I got an email that they want me to send them an email. I was texting them stuff and they would rather me do an email. So if you want to participate in that. Also, today is the first day of the new tracker. And here's the thing. A lot of you are starting to track, and I know that it's working because I can see it in your business. I can see what's happening. So tracking is super important for your inventory as well. Look at your tracker from when you first started and look at your tracker from the next week to the next week, and you're going to see that wherever there's holes in your business, wherever you're not doing activity, you have a very, very defining moment where you look at your tracker and you can see where you need to make changes or where you can do better. That is not a tracker for me. That's not a tracker for your sponsor. That's a tracker for you to look at your business every day and to say, what are you doing for yourself? What are you doing for your business? So I'm going to unmute you guys. If anybody has any questions, please, or actually you can unmute yourselves. And if you have a question, please ask it. Anybody? Anybody have any questions?
I do. I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, Annie, I have a customer that came to me through another customer. So she's my customer. And I'd like this woman to get her 3-year free. Can I give that customer back to my customer or not?
Okay,
Do you
wait.
know what I'm saying?
So you got a customer through a customer, and she's now your customer?
Yeah.
Oh, so she signed up with you personally?
Yes.
And you want to give her back to your customer so she can become 3-year free?
Yeah.
Because she came through that person originally.
Yeah, and I didn't even think about it. Like, she just had mentioned something to me. And then my other customers, and I told my other customer a couple of weeks later about it.
Yes, absolutely. So here's the great thing about customers. Customers can always change their sponsors, okay? That's why you want to be a good sponsor to somebody, because, you know, your customer can go to anybody and decide that they want to change people. So all you would have to do, Sandy, is she would just have to call customer service with you, and she would just have to say, you know, my sponsor, I would like my sponsor to be this person. Can you please switch me over? And that's what they would do.
Okay, great.
That's the best way to do it too, because then they won't lose, like, if they're a premier customer or whatever.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks.
Anybody else?
Sorry, Annie. It's Robin, and I'm driving. But I think in terms of switching sponsors for customers, you can call support, but they're going to make you put it in writing via the customer's email. It has to come from their personal email address, because we had to do this for my mom.
Okay, cool. That's great. Thank you, Robin.
Thanks, Robin.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Robin.
Makes a lot of
You're welcome.
Anybody else?
Can you tell me about can you please tell us about a new customer, new brand partner that comes in the business after the 15th of the month, and how that will affect their next month and trying to get their iPad?
Well, they actually need to come in on the 16th, not the 15th, okay? So the 16th is the date. So what Carla's talking about is there is a thing about when you come into the business on the 16th of the month, you actually get those. It's the only time this happens where you actually get those 2 weeks until the end of the month, and you can utilize that for, you still have your 30 days with your Fast Start Qualified, but you get those 2 extra weeks to, you can get your iPad within that, 2 weeks that you have, and then the 4 weeks afterwards. So you have 60 days to get an iPad, but it doesn't reset, is basically what she's talking about. It doesn't reset in terms of like a 30-day thing, like in every other month, where it's like more like a P&L. If you get started after the 16th, you get that time from the 16th to the end of the month, and then that volume rolls over to the next month to help you with your rank up. So your 30 days is always your 30 days, but in terms of getting to the iPad, you have that rollover that can really help you get to director very quickly. So so anytime you have somebody that wants to sign up, and let's say it's the 14th or 15th of the month, we do try to recommend that you start them on the 16th of the month. But there's a lot of people that say don't wait, because a lot of times, people want to get started right away and they're super excited. So you might at that point want to either get somebody on the phone like your sponsor to explain why you want to wait 24 hours or something to get them started, just because it helps them in the business so that they can get to their next rank up, okay? But by and large, there's a lot of debate on that, but by and large, if it's close to the 15th, just wait until the 16th. It's better for your brand partner. I don't know if that answered your question or not, Carla, but I hope so.
It did. Thank you very much.
Okay. Anybody else? All right, so you guys, look at your business when you have time today. Make your list. Get your whiteboard going. if you need help with anything, of course, you know I'm here to help you, and your sponsor's here to help you. And go to your team and really ask them the question, who has an interest in going to the next level and growing? Who wants to be 3 or free qualified? Build our foundation. And we've got a lot of time till the end of the month to make some magic happen, right, Robin? We're going to make magic happen. So, definitely utilize everybody on this Zoom to help you help your people, because that's what we're here for. And I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you, Annie.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.